Gandang gabi po sa lahat. Again, this is Coach Lino, your coach to empower and help 40s and above to rebuild their health by gaining muscles. Yung topic po natin tonight, very interesting. Possible nga ba that you will lose your health in pursuit of muscle? Possible nga ba when you go for muscle building or muscle gain, you will compromise your health? We will answer all these questions, and these are legit questions. These questions are from some of you dito sa community natin. Again, if you are not yet part of our community, Low Carb Fitness for 40s and above, you may want to join that community. Also, we have other group, Low Carb Muscle Centric by Coach Daniel. Follow that group. We have incredible, productive moderators and coaches to help you every step of the way. Of course, no, yung gagawin natin tonight is this. I will give you some tips at saka yung mga to-dos, okay, at saka yung mga not to-dos will simplify it for you. But before that, I like to mention each one of you. I like to pronounce your amazing names and then let me know here sa comment section natin where are you tuning from or ano yung last name natin so that I can acknowledge you. But before that, no, I'd like to let you know that we have ebook for free. And this ebook, ladies and gentlemen, is for 40s and above. If you don't have that one, yung ebook natin again for workout specific for 40s and above. If you don't have that one, let me know after you share this video. Message po ako sa page ko and I will give it to you for free. Or maybe you are not yet aware how to start or low carb and fasting. Meron po tayong ebook for that completely free. Message po ako dito sa page ko. Coach Lininho, this is my page. Get to my page so that you will be notified every time we have our mga on the spot na mga live. And of course, message me here kasi dito po ako nagbibigay ng ebook ko. Now, I'd like to share to you my story. Here's my picture way ago. Yung picture nasa left, that was when I started to lift weights around 2012. So, yung ginawa ko, I searched in the internet kasi I was very frustrated. Nga, kasi yung weight ko, very, very skinny ako. At the same time, very weak ako inside. Meaning to say, parati ako nagkakasakit. Meron akong allergies. And every time may allergies ako, alam ko talaga 100% na magkakasakit ako. And on top of that, I feel na alam yung feeling na nagkakasakit. Tapos yung mga people around you will feel na I'm tawag yung feeling na meron akong tuberculosis at saka pneumonia. Yun po yung feeling ko all the time. Or because of my how my physique or my body composition looks like. That's why no, I can resonate with you if you are skinny right now. It's not just about your looks. It's not just about how you feel. It's about what's happening inside of you. We usually feel sluggish. We usually feel weak. Compromise yung immune system natin and marami pang iba. And that's why I made the choice. I need to do something about my health. So ginawa ko ng search ako sa Google, of course, during that time. Tapos, ang yung one of the topics doon, one of the tips na ginawa doon, sky is the limit when it comes to food. So, in my head, kumain ako ng kahit ano. Kahit ano man yan, junk food man yan, fast food man yan, real food man yan. So long, marami akong kinakain. So, of course, lo and behold, yung mystery is even marami akong kinakain. Hindi ako nagigain ng weight, but which was very, very frustrating. So, ginawa ko, of course, I enrolled to some courses. I surrounded myself with the right people. And of course, with the right dedication and information, I was able to gain muscle in a healthy way. So ito po yung picture ko ngayon. I just like to share it to you. So this is the benefit of having it the right way when it comes to your workout plus nutrition. And not only that, I was able to, by the grace of the Lord, I was able to share this principle with other people, especially with my friends and family. So here I'd like to share to you, this is one of my cousins. His name is Ezra, a great, great guy. So he was able to lose fat in a healthy way. And not only that, yung body composition niya looks good. Yung, tingnan yung facial features niya, ibang-iba. Way better than before. So, if you look at it, no, hindi lang po nagbago yung katawan niya, but also he's more active, he's more flawless, blooming yung mukha niya. So, that's it. So, dito, gagawin natin ganito. we will talk about the misconceptions muna with muscle gains. Now, there are misconceptions about muscle gains. But first, I like to let you know that if you take good care of your body will take good care of you. Meaning to say, yung katawan po natin, meron po siyang cells. It is made up of trillions of cells. Trillions of cells po. And you know what? Yung boss po ng cells nyo, they just follow you. Kasi we are the ones who dictate ano po yung ilalagay sa loob at saka anong gagawin. Activity ba? So, these cells, they are like parang employees. You are the boss. You are the boss. So, meaning to say, if you pay the right salary sa employees mo, what will your employees feel? They will feel happy if and only if you give the right salary. Ano po yung right salary sa mga sales natin? Nutrition. So that is why the most important thing when it comes to muscle gain is nutrition. Kasi one of the things na ginawa ko which was very wrong, na I follow the advice of the one bodybuilders dun sa amin. Okay, when I was starting working out, na sky is the limit when it comes to working out. So, kahit ano, junk food man yan, maraming preservatives man yan, processed foods, lahat-lahat. So, I compromised my health. I gained muscle a little bit, but yung health ko was compromised. So, I don't want that to happen to you. So, meaning to say, when it comes to our body composition, our health, the priority is health. Tama? 40s and above, your priority is health. Kasi yung body composition will follow naturally. Natural po yan. Meaning to say, if you take good care of your nutrition for health, yung body mo po will look good. You will feel good. And that's scientific. Meaning natural po siya na consequence when you take good care of your body for health. So that's a very, very important principle. No? So there are tips that I will tell you that I wish natutunan ko when I was starting working out. So I made this for you because based to sa experience ko, and of course sensible din siya because it has been backed by scientific evidence. So number one is this: prioritize real whole food. Prioritize real whole food. So meaning to say, when you go to grocery store, usually makikita mo yan sa sides, okay? Sa sides, mayroong meat section, okay? Sa sides, merong mga, of course, on that side, merong mga vegetables. Nandun sila, usually nasa gilid po sila. Real whole food po yan. Meaning to say, if you can avoid the processed food, much, much better. Kasi yung real food, kagaya ng meat, that's where you can get the essential amino acid. Yung essential amino acid, again, we are made of building blocks. Okay? Tawag po doon parang amino acid. So meaning to say, kapag establish yung building blocks mo in a form of amino acid, which again from meat, yung body mo po stable. So prioritize real whole food. That should be your priority. Another term for that, of course, you have to prioritize especially protein. Kasi when you go to real food, we eat for protein, not just for taste. Taste po, of course, as much as possible, we want to be creative with what you eat. Dapat po masarap kasi in-enjoy yung pagkain, tama? So, on top of that, of course, nutrition is the most important thing. So, protein is the most important macronutrient. And of course, you have to take note this, no? You have to limit alcohol and processed foods. Bakit? Because they can interfere with muscle growth and overall health. Okay. So, yung alcohol, for example, if you're drinking right now and if your goal is to gain muscle, it is not helpful for you in pursuit of your health. Again, there are techniques for that. Others will go for limitation and moderation. Yeah, I believe on that. Pero ito po yung nangyayari sa katawan natin every time we go for alcohol. Yung katawan mo po will be on a mode wherein, kasi yung alcohol of course is toxic, tama? So your body, instead of focusing on recovery, instead of focusing on muscle gain, it will focus on making sure yung alcohol, which is not good, of course, toxic, will focus its energy to excrete, of course, to spell out yung alcohol. So meaning to say, ano po siyang tawag doon? Catabolic. When you say catabolic, it breaks down muscle growth. Yung opposite po noon is anabolic. When I say anabolic, it builds up your muscle. So yung alcohol at saka yung other na mga harmful na mga addictive substances, they are not building up your muscle. Kasi they do the opposite. They are breaking down your muscle. It breaks down your muscle gains. Now, I do understand that from time to time, we go for social gathering, tama? Especially for 40s and above, no? Yung adults, most of you have been invited to spend dinner with your business partners, with your boss, with your colleagues, and that's okay. Only that you have to set limit. You have to know the consequence. Okay, you have to know the consequence. Because we can choose any kind of action we like, but of course the consequence we cannot choose it. For example, from time to time, no, especially if I dine out with friends, I go for drinks, okay? Ang pinipili ko usually yung Smirnoff kasi ang ganda ng ng flavor, okay? So with that, I know that a day after, I don't feel good. And usually when I go for alcohol, I know na yung sleep ko disrupted. So that's given. So I must be proactive that whenever I drink alcohol, I must know the consequence for my body. So the same thing with you. Let's be proactive. Every time you make the decision with alcohol man yan, with pagkain or drinks, be proactive. Meaning to say you have to decide fully that you take this action without regret. Okay? Kasi you know what will happen to your body after which. Kasi anong nangyayari kasi after you drink or after you get drunk, full of regrets. Okay? Full of dito, guilt. Okay? Which I understand. But of course, you have to be proactive. You have decided to do that action. So yun na. Yun lang yung po yung principle dyan. So with moderation, of course. So that's it. Prioritize real whole food. Real whole food when it comes to muscle gains. Number two, you have to go for plan recovery. So take note, meron pong plan kasi pinagplano po siya. So I read this book no from a sleep expert. His name is Matthew Walker. He is a professor in Harvard. So yung expertise niya talaga is about sleep. So yung reference ko ngayon, I get it from him. So sabi niya, when it comes sa recovery, yung optimal way to recover is this. You have to sleep at the same time and you have to wake up at the same time. Sabi niya sa book, yung optimal sleep daw is you will wake up naturally without the assistance of alarm clock. Natural po siya. Alam niyo, may rhythm din po pala yung katawan natin. May tempo po siya. So meaning to say, kapag na-set mo siya for a pattern yung katawan mo, kunwari you sleep at 10 p.m., tapos you wake up around 7 a.m., meron po siyang rhythm or 6 a.m. usually. Okay? Kasi 7 to 8 hours. 8 hours is the optimal duration of sleep. So nakaplano po siya. Okay? Nakaplano. And also take note when it comes to muscle gains, yung important muscle hormones, okay, such as the growth hormone or testosterone, is released during your sleep. Meaning to say, while you're sleeping, your body is producing these hormones, testosterone, growth hormone, IGF-1, for your body to grow, for strength, at saka for optimal muscle gains. So, very important pala to have that plan kasi if what will happen if delay yung sleep mo, disrupted yung sleep mo, hindi deep yung sleep mo, of course, delay din yung pag-release ng hormones na ganun. So, very important to have a plan. So, you have to know na yung sleep has what we call a pattern. Hindi po siya come what may. Na whenever you feel lang na you're sleepy, that's where you sleep. And then you binge watch kunwari sa social media. And then I remember one of my tita, yung pampatulog niya social media. May other tita, pampatulog niya Candy Crush. So, disrupted yung sleep. Kasi every time lang na feel nila sleepy, during binging, no, scrolling, social media, at saka Candy Crush, dun sila matutulog. Walang pattern. So, as much as possible, go for a pattern kasi your body loves pattern. It simplifies your life. If you have concern with sleep, of course, there are many ways to deal with it. If you want melatonin levels, natural po, you can expose yourself to sunlight. The earlier, the better. So sunlight po, so meaning outside po. You have to go out talaga and expose yourself. So have a plan for that. And then, of course, have a set up din kung what time. Kasi if come what may lang, again, if come what may, walang plano, of course, if hindi mo siya na-hit yung goal, wala lang kasi wala kang target. But may target ka. Every 6 a.m., every 7 a.m., maglalak po for 10 minutes under the sun, there is a goal. So there's this sense of achievement every time you hit it. Again, outside po, expose yourself to sunlight for melatonin, of course. For when you're about to sleep, dim black lights 1 hour or 2 hours before you sleep. Meaning to say, yung room niyo po should be dark, should be dim. Wala pong gadgets at saka wala pong television. If yung TV niyo po or ang tablet niyo ay nasa bedroom niyo, you have to place it outside. So there must be a place for that para po yung mindset niyo, you're training your brain that every time you step in sa bedroom nyo, matutulog na po kayo. You are in a rest mode, kumbaga. Okay, plan recovery. Also, take note when it comes to your hormones, yung levels po of cortisol, alam niyo yung cortisol, diba? The stress hormone. By the way, yung cortisol level, cortisol is catabolic, meaning to say it breaks down muscle, especially if prolonged siya, in high level siya. So if you are stressed, okay, cortisol level is high, so what will happen to your muscle growth? Disrupted siya, compromised siya. So what you have to do is to manage stress. So I would always tell my students to manage stress is to go for a walk. Kasi when you go for a walk or workout, your problem is being set aside. You're focusing on the activity. You're focusing on the weight. You're focusing on your walking. You're focusing on the environment. That's why it's refreshing pala no, when you go outside for a walk. Kasi nakikita mo yung puno, nanonotice mo yung mga halaman, yung fresh air, yung mga ibon na kumakanta, no? So your problem, will be redirected and will go to that mindset, kumbaga. So very important to make sure your stress hormones are well regulated. And lastly, and before I go sa last na tip, I like to say hi muna sa mga live natin ng mga viewers. Hello to you, Ma'am Ligaya. Ebora, kamusta po yung meals natin, Ma'am? Hello to you, Ma'am Mila. Yes, happy to help you. Ma'am Carolina is one of my students, very persistent, nag-lose siya ng fat in a weekly basis. So, proud of you, ma'am. Ma'am Beng de los Santos, kamusta po kayo? Vincent, kamusta kayo, sir? Superman yung profile pic niya, sir. Liza Clotario, good evening sa iyo, ma'am. Tita Presi, kamusta po yung workout natin? Kamusta si Inday? Hello to you. Noridek Sapungay Ribaya, good evening. Of course, yung ever supportive natin si Madam Regina. Okay. Good evening, watching from YouTube, no? Tanawan Leyte, si Genesis. Kamusta tayo yung weather natin dyan? Genesis? Jamaica. Good evening po sa iyo, ma'am. Of course, si Gelio, protein loading. Yes, that's correct. Briza Padillo. Kamusta po tayo, ma'am? Kamusta yung meals natin? Abeth Magno. Hello, ma'am. Good evening to you. Coach Rizali. Yes, YouTube. Kasi ako malakas. Yes. And of course, meron ding YouTube pala si Coach Riz. So follow nyo. You know, yung mga babae, you need, it's very, very good if may makaka-relate sa inyo na babae din nag-workout. So I would recommend to you, follow Coach Riz. Meron po siya mga workouts na ma-inspire ka kapag babae ka. So go follow Coach Riz. Hello to you, Ma'am Cabs. Kamusta yung workouts natin? Ma'am Mary Mercy Valencia. As always, kamusta po tayo, ma'am? And there you have it. Let's go sa last natin na tip. Okay, of course, si Coach Gab is one of our coaches focusing on adults and seniors. So, nursing graduate po siya and his expertise talaga is into fitness. So, if you want to follow Coach Gab, meron po siya mga interesting topics na dinidiscuss with Coach Shem. Usually yung schedule nila is every Saturday. So, follow Coach Gab. So, there you have it, Ma'am Crispina Reyes. Kamusta po yung meal natin? Ma'am Dayan Laluan, of course. Si Ma'am LD. Good evening to you, ma'am. Ma'am Nell, watching from Cebu. Ma'am Jean Taoho. There you have it. Of course, si Ma'am Asraj watching from Mindanao. And si Ismael, not siya. Ismael, good evening to you. May mga questions tayo dito. Sagutan natin mamaya. Okay, we'll go muna sa last natin na tip. And that is to measure your growth. I remember when I was starting lifting weights because I was skinny, di ba? So ginawa ko, grabe yung kinain ko. Mas hindi ako nagiging ng weight. So hindi ko alam if tama ba o hindi. So dapat gawin is adjust weekly. Meaning to say, when you measure your weight, if you're into gaining muscle or even if you're into losing fat loss man yung goal mo, yung ideal is around 0.5 to 0.8 yung goal natin for losing fat or even for gaining muscle. So kunwari if 60 kilograms ka right now and if your goal is to gain muscle, yung ideal is on the next week when you measure it is your weight should be around 60.5 to 0.8. Okay. That's the ideal. So that's the beauty of measuring it. Kasi alam mo steady lang siya. Kasi if you know na nag-stagnant siya, meaning to say, adjust your meals. So you add on top of it. Yung pagkain mo, yung meal plan na pinipare mo for a week, meaning to say, enough lang siya to maintain your weight if walang pinagbago yung weight mo. So meaning to say, you have to add on top of that. So also, that's the number one benefit. The number two benefit of measuring your growth is you know if you're too drastic or not. I saw a post this week lang sa group natin na nag-lose siya ng grabe yung pag-lose siya ng weight. I don't know, for the mga parang ilang weeks lang. Very, very, very quick and very, very fast. So I wonder if anong approach yung ginawa niya. I'm sure na aggressive yung path na tinake niya sa low carb and fasting. I just wonder if paano niya po na-maintain. So what will happen after nag-gain niya na yung goal niya or nag-lose siya ng fat na ideal for her. So I'm not sure, but I won't recommend that path. Kasi it's possible, anything po na you do drastic and quickly is not good. Finances man yan, relationship man yan, and even sa health. Anything po na quick is dangerous. So we have to go sa path na sure and steady. Again, let me repeat that. Anything that you pursue na it's very quick, it's dangerous. Kasi easy to get, easy to lose. Easy to get, easy to lose. So, what you will do with measuring is, if too drastic siya, too aggressive or not. Okay. Again, I teach this always to my students. We measure once a week. And then on that, the weight, yung body composition at saka yung weight yung measure namin. And then yung sa weight, of course, we know if too drastic siya or hindi. If too drastic siya, of course, adjust lang na konti. That's the beauty of measuring your growth. And also, I like to let you know when it comes to adjustment weekly, you don't have to start quickly. Kasi alam nyo yung isa sa mga sakit natin actually is we are good in starting, we are weak in finishing. If sobrang bilis mo at the start of your journey, ang hirap po i-maintain. Hindi po siya masayang i-maintain if too quick siya. But if too gradual lang siya, steady lang siya, but consistent ka, kahit 1% na yung growth mo, but you added up for a year, grabe po yung growth nyo. Okay. Grabe po yung growth nyo. Hindi po too drastic, hindi po too restricted. Kasi every time po you are restricting yourself too much, it's not enjoyable. At the same time, good for you if you are able to do that, drastically, but I won't recommend that, especially if you have concerns with health. Diba? So, balance lang. You have to know yung tamang timpla for you. Tamang timpla ng protein, tamang timpla ng fat, tamang timpla ng carbohydrates. Again, adjust lang then up to the point na alam mo na yung timpla mo. Once you know that, of course, you maintain and of course, be consistent with it. And also, one of the things that I noticed, some are focusing on calories that they forgot to insert or include nutrients in their meals. So it's not just about carbs, fat, and protein. You have to include as well yung essential, especially the essential micronutrients. So in low carb community, we already know that electrolytes are very important. So potassium, magnesium, sodium. Kasi of course, deficient yung nutrients natin because of course yung water retention nagbaba because of course of low carb. So anong gagawin mo if bumaba yung water retention mo kasi dun sa water na-attach din yung other electrolytes? You have to supply yourself with electrolytes. And also you have to know if may mga concern ka with specific nutrients. You have to know ano yung root cause so that you can add nutrients to it. Again, yung supplement, the purpose of supplement again is to supplement what you lack, supplement what you need. So for me, I have specific nutrients then and supplements that I take because I know how my body works. Very active po yung katawan ko. That's why I need to supplement some nutrients that I need. So one of which is fish oil. I do take fish oil kasi hindi po ganun ka always okay yung pagkain ko ng isda. 'Di ba? Yung isda is good for, fish oil. We have EPA, DHA, omega 3, omega 6. No? We need that for our brain. We need that for our blood. We need that for our heart. So that's why I take fish oil kasi limited lang po yung fish ko. Okay? Kasi yung wet market sa amin dito, hindi ganoon siya kalapit. And then yung option kasi sa grocery, sobrang mahal ng fish. So yung option ko talaga is chicken thigh at saka ground beef. Yun po yung options ko. Kasi magtatagal siya good for 1 week talaga yung option, yung supply ko for that eh. And then, if may mga times na yung exposure ko sa, I know if may mga times na babad ako sa work, what I will do is take D3, okay? Yung vitamin D3 natin. And of course, during times lang na kulang ako sa sun exposure. But as much as possible, I have to remind myself that I have to go outside talaga and expose myself sa sun. So that's the concern. The reason why na limited again yung levels ko ng DT, of course, because you can get that basically from the sun. And we have to maximize it, no? Nature's blessing, God's blessing. And also, I like to mention, when it comes to muscle gain, the most important macronutrient is your protein. Regardless if you're into losing fat or gaining weight, gaining muscle, protein talaga is the game changer. Kasi protein will make you feel fuller for longer. That's number one. And also, it will build your muscle. Okay. For specific na mga profile when it comes to protein or amino acid, we do recommend leucine for that, valine at saka isoleucine. When you check yung protein shake nyo, meron po yan amino acid profile sa likod. You have to go for leucine, isoleucine at saka valine. Ito po yung mga very important amino acid necessary for muscle repair at saka muscle growth. So there you have it. Yun yung mga principle natin when it comes to muscle gains without losing your health. Again, the most important thing for us is our health. Yung looking good, yung six packs will come naturally if you focus on health. That's why I do appreciate this community, 40s and above. And that's my vision, no? That within 10 years, na yung 40s and above, yung landscape niya, yung mag-iba ng konti. Kasi we know the stigma and the normal thing is when you hit 40, you stop working out, you stop prioritizing your health, you stop going to the gym, you put much of your time sa work and responsibilities, which is not bad. That's okay kasi you have responsibilities and you have bills to pay for your family. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't take good care of your health, okay, your health won't take good care of you. Yung asset po ninyo, 40s and above, is your health. Kasi if wala yung health, back down yung health, wala din pong income. Tama? What will you do with your much money if you are sitting at saka you are bedridden? Okay, knock on the wood. That thing won't happen to you, I believe. But we have to do something about your health. So don't wait for the lab results. No, of course we have to go for regular checkups. Don't wait for a bad report before you act on something. We have to do something. Let's be proactive. Let's act on it. Okay, prevention is always better than cure. So once you have it, once you protect your health, no, you have revenue, you have strength, you have time, you have the functionality, you have the mobility. And these things will point to you and Suga at saka your family. Because that's my advocacy, no? Again, I like to share to you, and I think for some of you already know this. My dad passed away in his 40s. Early 40s po siya. Pito po kami magkakapatid. And then you can imagine, yung mami ko po, government employee. We're living from utang to utang. I've seen that many, many times. At saka very complicated pong life if wala po yung tatay. So yung tatay ko po is a good breadwinner. But of course, he passed away in his 40s because of not so good choices with his health. Now, that's my advocacy right now. I want to make sure for myself, of course, and for my family that my kids will see me up until I go for 100 and 120. Tama? Kasi I want to see my grandkids, di ba? The same thing with you. Life is so good to be wasted upon not so good activities, di ba? So we have to be healthy so that we can spend more quality time with our family. Okay? More health, more time with family. That's it. And of course, not just more time, but also quality time. Traveling, di ba? Traveling, you have the appetite to travel kasi you have strength. And that's connected to muscle growth, di ba? So that's it. Let me review some things to you, how to gain muscle without losing your health. One of which is prioritize real whole food. You have to go for planned recovery. And of course, you have to measure your growth. And hopefully that enlightens you. If you find value dito po sa live natin, you may want to tag your family, especially your family, that it's never too late to start again. Never, never too late to start again. My shirt here is you can always go for restart and not regret. Okay? Let go of a life of regret and you can restart today. So tag this one to your family, to your loved ones so that they have hope that they can start again. So hello again sa mga live viewers natin. Si Coach Gab watching from Mongolia. Nakauwi ka na pala dyan, Coach Gab. Okay, hindi ako aware dyan na. Okay. Ma'am ACP, Pangan, kamusta po tayo, ma'am? Sir Mario, sa mga active natin at saka modern adults. Ma'am Margarita Nicolas, hello to you. Kamusta po tayo, ma'am? Kamusta yung news natin? Si watching from UAE, Dubai, Khalid Tumbaga. Malapit na po sa family name ko yung Tumbaga. Kasi yung family name ko is Tumbagahan. Okay. So, great to see you, sir. Abner Clamor, Aklao, good evening po sa inyo, ma'am. Rosa D. One of my persistent na students din, si Ma'am Bel. Flora Bel, kamusta yung weather natin dyan, ma'am? Ma'am Rufina Diaz, kamusta po tayo, ma'am? Thank you for tagging your friend, Sir Arnulfo. And si Ma'am Jennifer just started with her program, Muscle Gains, and so excited to see your progress, Ma'am Jen. Arnulfo, sabi na dito, good evening, Coach. 6 months low carb. Sumasakit kasi knee at ankle pag paakyat sa hagdan. Anong gagawin? Salamat, Coach, at bawal paakyat umalis pag nagkakape. Okay, first question. Now, if sumasakit yung ankle mo, of course, ito, no? Ito po yung joints natin, especially yung sa knees. Meron po yung cushion. And over time, okay, may friction po siya. And when you go for grabe na activity, and especially if yung upper body mo is very heavy, ano po mangyayari sa cushion? So of course, may friction, sasakit po siya. That's why we feel that, especially if yung upper body mo is very heavy. So what you do is continue with low carb. Continue with fasting. I said this will deal with your weight. That's number 1. And of course, number 2, this is only optional. Usually, what we recommend for that, and of course, you have to ask your doctor with this. Usually, for knee problems, we usually recommend glucosamine for that. Glucosamine, that's for your joint health. And also for your creatine monohydrate, that's okay to include that in your coffee. But I do suggest you take it after your workout. I suggest you take it after your workout because it will help you with replenishment with your water retention. Water retention is needed for muscle growth. It's not bad. We need that for our muscle gain. So I hope that helps you. Sir Arnulfo, Maria Fe, hello sir, kailan po dapat kakain ng carb like potato and kamote? Before or after pa mag-workout, ilang grams po allowed, sir? Wow. Ma'am Maria Fe, you have to know ano yung plan na gusto mo when it comes to muscle gain. Is it low carb? Is it carnivore? Is it lower carb? Is it moderate carb? Now, that one, of course, is not applicable to anyone kasi others want to go carnivore, others want to go straight low carb kasi they have concerns with their sugar levels. So what I would recommend to you, first and foremost, of course, if you have the means, go for a coach. Kasi your coach will give you the specific macros, protein, fat, and carbs. Now, if you don't have coach, that's okay. Good that you're tuning in kasi I can give you free advice. I can give free ebook for you. But with this one, if you are going to go for muscle gains targeted na keto, it is good to have it after workout. Okay, kamote, to have it after your workout. So when it comes to the grams of kamote, you have to know your portions. Do you want to go lower carb? Shall you go 80 grams of carbohydrates? So you have to search Google or MyFitnessPal, ilang grams ng kamote. Ang 80 grams, okay, of carbs, okay? 80 grams of carbs. How many grams yan ng kamote, okay? Hello to you, Ma'am Lorita Lasea. Good evening to you. As well to lahat natin ng mga viewers. Hello. I've heard Tumagan family and Jensen. Wow. Maybe, no? Pero hopefully, no, meron akong relative dyan. Pero not, sa narinig ko, wala pa. Baka naligaw na ako ng landas. Pero looking forward na meron tayong ano dyan, mga relatives. Okay. Sabi to ni Chris, so, ano po dapat lagi kainin para mag-gain ng muscle? Okay. Of course, very, very important to prioritize your protein. Okay, prioritize protein. So 2 grams per kilogram of your body weight. So that's a formula. Okay, especially if you're working out. Tapos yung fat and carbs depends on your preference lang. But very important to have your protein on place. Okay? Sige. Ma'am Lorita, yes, ma'am. I will give it to you for free. Message po ako sa page ko, Coach Linin Hu. And I will give it to you, the ebook, completely free. This is my page, ma'am. Coach Linin Hu. Helping people over 40 to rebuild their health by gaining muscles. Message po ako dyan. I will give it to you. Ma'am Gloria Berdos, good evening po to you, ma'am. Ma'am Tebuengang, watching from CDO. Napagandang place po yan. I have good friends there. Hello, Coach. Kailan? Okay. Okay, I think na sagot ko na yung question ni Mariafe. And hello to you, Ma'am Rufina Diaz. Yes, ma'am, message po ako sa page ko and I will give it to you completely free. Again, let me know what kind of ebook you like to avail, mama, and that's free. And my last challenge for all of you, the 40s and above, is this. Be healthy because your family deserves you. Be healthy because your family deserves your best you. Kasi if you are your best you can serve them more. All the best to all of you. Happy lifting po sa lahat. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye and see you on our next live, which will be on Thursday, same time, 7 p.m. Philippine time. All the best. God bless you.